What's going on, everybody? Apologize about that, guys. Forgot to kick the loop off on that thing, so it started up for a third time. It looks like we've got quite a good crowd in here already. We got 14 people in. I see Hammer's in here. I see Chris Morgan is in here. I see Talon is in here from Florida. Looks like we've got Quad Racer in here. We've got Dirty Cur Workshop in here. Guys, if I didn't announce your name, throw us out a comment on here. Hit a like, tell me I'm ugly, do something. Just don't be peeking in my windows. It's kind of weird. What's everybody into? Hopefully everything's starting to get a little bit warmer where you're at, guys. I know Jason was out working on a Ford motor tonight, throwing some new bearings in it. So hopefully he had a good time with that one. Says he just sat down. Not only do we have big boost, Bill Lutz coming on tonight for our very first guest appearance. You guys will really have to work with me on that one because it's the first time. As you notice, I've got a different backdrop behind me this time. And we've done that so that we can move a little bit closer to the Wi-Fi router and hope that this thing's not going to lag on us. Doug Hall's in the house. Hello, Doug. Skippy's in here. Buckeye Skips, how are you doing? With another special guest that's joining in with us. I know... let's see if we can move the old laptop there. Miss Amber's in on the conversation with us this evening. She's not hiding in the man cave tonight. So we do have about 25 minutes or so, and then I'll get Bill on here. We agreed to do this around at 8:30. I wanted to make sure that we had a pretty good crowd in here. So by all means, if you guys have got some friends that are interested in jumping in on this, share it with them quick. If they know Bill, get them on here. Share it with them. Let's get a good group of people in here for them. Rhonda, hi. How are you? Jason Carter says, hey, mama.
Hello.
So hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Like I said, you guys will just have to work with me a little bit on this new arrangement. Normally I'm used to working at my desk back there in my corner. But now I'm in a lawn chair and a TV stand. So, but let's not get it messed up. We still got apple juices, adult apple juices for the show tonight. So what's everybody into? Hit us up here in the comments. Again, make sure you're sharing this live with all your friends, any hot rod people. Little background on myself and Bill Lutz. Years ago, he was running a no prep race over at Pacemakers and hired me to come over and wash his toter home and trailer. And ever since then, we've really kept in contact. Bill's a great guy, and I couldn't ask for a better person to have for my first special guest on here. So I'll let him tell you guys about a lot of his history and what he's done in his lifetime as far as drag racing goes. But the dude's definitely got some amazing stories. So it should be a good show tonight. Something different than staring at my ugly face for a couple hours. Jason Carter, you're absolutely correct, bud. I'm about halfway up the shop right now. Well, you know where we've got this sign right here that right there that OH Laser and Plasma Cutting made for us. So you know where that's at. Adam Foyt jumping in here. What's going on, Adam? Jason, that's absolutely true. Bill has never forgotten where the man came from or come from, and he will, as long as he's not busy, which we totally respect, he will absolutely drop what he's doing and have a conversation with you like you've been best friends for years. So that's one of the things. And I'm not going to share the comments that him and I have been having back and forth with each other on Messenger here over the last couple of days, but I can tell you that the dude is interesting. To say the least, the dude is interesting. So you will know that I'm probably not going to do much as far as touching anything in the live stream. I won't be posting any pictures. Probably won't be posting very many comments. Now, if there are questions that you want Bill to answer, I will post those up on the screen just so that everybody else has an idea of the question that was asked. but I want to try to eliminate the lag in this as much as possible. So that's what we're going to work towards. Adam Foyt says, just sitting there. You're probably out in the hot tub watching me, aren't you? You got me pulled. No, you're on Facebook. So you got me pulled up on a phone or computer. I think I'm going to come over and get in your hot tub, Adam. If you hear some splashing around out there one night, just mind your own business. It's just me. Let me throw out a reminder here, guys. Talon is now 15 weeks strong on every single live feed that We Broke Garage has had on a Tuesday night. He does have his own YouTube channel, Talon's Garage. Go over and smash that subscribe button. His last video that he put out is him and his brother going out in the sand and trying to destroy an SN95 Mustang. It's pretty comical. So go over there and smash that subscribe button and watch those.
Well, not the car. It was the engine.
No, they were trying to smash the car too.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, Adam said they just got in the hot tub. Well, I guess I called that one. Talon, the look on your brother's face during that video just kills me. It was funny. Yeah, I think there's only going to be 3 Novas that I know of off the top of my head that are going to be on that cruise. Jimbo's, yours, and Jason's. So hopefully we have more cars show up than that. I'll have more S10s there out of our group than that. So if you guys can see Talon's Garage coming up in the comments section on your screen there, go over there YouTube and give them a smash and subscribe, guys. It doesn't cost absolutely anything to support them and what they're doing. So hit it up. Go watch their videos.
I was impressed with how calm Haley stayed during the whole thing.
I would have loved to have had it. Yeah, I would have loved to have a camera on Haley during that whole thing.
She didn't make a sound. that was pretty impressive.
All right, guys, we got 14 people on here, and we got like 3 people, maybe 4 people commenting. Jump in the comment section, guys. Don't be scared. Say hi. You're ugly. Ask me a question, whether you want me to tell you the answer or not. Hit me up with something, guys. Engage in these things. That's what makes it all work.
Why don't you tell them how to do it? Because if anyone's like me, they didn't know how to do it.
Bill Lutz is sharing on Facebook, and by God, well, none of you guys can talk to him, but do not pronounce his last name wrong. Jason Carter, the motor is in the Blazer. It is being held up by the engine hoist at the moment, but I did get the abomination of motor mounts that were in it taken out. So it's actually set down in there. Rhonda, the YouTube is going to be We Broke Garage, all one word. Jimbo. Yeah, Skippy, it's coming back in. I'm hoping to have a mullet by the time we make it to Buckeye Skips this year. Shaved it all off for a new beginning. I think I'm just going to let it grow.
Until it gets to his eyeballs. Then once it gets to his eyeballs or his ears, then it drives him crazy.
I'm just going to do the 80s bangs cut. Adam, I was actually going to try to get back to work today. However, it is a muddy mess, and my pressure wash trailer is clear back in the back of the field. So, and I have to split the day up tomorrow and take my grandma to the doctor's in the morning. So, maybe next week. I've got some really big jobs coming up as soon as it starts getting nice enough to work for a couple days in a row. So,
and the last time he went back there, I got Hunter came in and said, Dad needs you, your truck, and a tow strap.
Yeah. When I was pulling the enclosed car trailer, there's been a lot of stuff happen in the last 7 days with us, and I went back there to get the car trailer out of the back and ended up about putting my truck and the car trailer through a line of pine trees and sideways into the creek. So we're not gonna push that right now.
So we're gonna stay out of the back for a little bit.
Talon says he needs to regrade the backyard now because it's pretty tore up. I can only imagine.
It's just pony style now.
Jimbo says, "Dear Talon and Jason, we all have Novas. We are now in a gang. Jason is the leader, Talon is the muscle, and I'm the prospect."
Oh, don't start a Nova gang. Now Corey's going to want one.
Don't make Jason the leader. He only drives 50 miles an hour. You guys will never make it anywhere. Rhonda, let me know if you get switched over to the YouTube side, hon.
Jimbo, can we do a 4-wheel drive Nova? I want a monster truck version.
Jimbo's in here. Where did he comment? He commented from Facebook, Jason. That's why you couldn't see it. It should be showing up on the screen. Though. Kelly Carter says, "True story." That must be my 55 mile an hour comment. Talon, all of our S10s are slow, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to give Mr. Bill a quick shout here. John Warner, what's going on, John? Nice to see you in here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Shop Talk. Damn, I'm having some problems, guys. It's been a long day. Jimbo, if you're still on here, Talon wants to know, what rear end do you have in your Nova? He literally just found out yesterday that it wasn't leaf springs, it was ladder bar. He was pretty excited about that.
Is there a rear end in it?
Oh, yeah, it's got wheels bolted to it.
It doesn't mean anything with Jimbo.
Talon, I don't think you have anything to worry about them boxes getting the best of you. That's for sure. I don't know. Jimbo hooked me up with a pretty wild 5.3. All right, we're going to make an announcement for skips here. If anybody's still interested in getting into buy skips, they got just over 30 spots left, guys. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. You got to wait till next year. So just over 30 spots left of Buckeye Skips. You can go to www.buckeyeskips.com and get registered for those. Come out and enjoy the fun. I think a lot of us has decided we're going to end up camping at the tracks for the 3 or 4 nights. So, hey, look here. Cheyenne Davis is on here. Stranger Danger.
Hello, Cheyenne.
Old Stranger Danger popping in here. Buggy Springs are where it's at, huh? So, yeah, anybody that's logging in here tonight, if you guys are interested in doing a drag and drive event, Buckeye Skips, all in the state of Ohio. Starts off at Coonley, goes to National Trails or Durana, then goes to Dragway 42, and then back to Coonley. So, man, the guy that just popped up on my screen here is something else. Let's start it early. What the hell? Who's ready to see Big Boost Bill Lutz? Man, guys, don't get all excited at once.
You can't hear him.
Normally they'd be commenting on here. Where the hell's Nate Frazee at? He must be working on his truck. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Big Boost, Bill Lutz. Bill, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Can you hear and see me?
I can hear and see you fine, yes.
Perfect, perfect.
Yep.
Mama's here, wanted to say hi to you.
Hello.
How you doing, Amber?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Getting ready, just trying to finish out the week strong here, and then we'll head to South Carolina, pick up the car and the rig, and then shoot on down to Bradenton for the last events of the World Series of Pro Mod down there. And hopefully, if things go the way we
That's the
expect
last
them to
weekend
go.
of this month.
Yes, yeah. March or February 26th to March 1st. Yeah.
Perfect.
Hopefully, if things go well, not only will we come out of there as a record holder, we'll come out of there with 40 grand in our hand and recoup a little money from where we had a little mishap with a connecting rod at the last race. But, that's part of racing. I mean, it was nothing to do with tune-up, nothing to do with power adders, nothing to do with anything other than just strictly just a parts failure.
That happens.
We think that we possibly, because we ran these rods quarter mile also at MIR, and I think our rod count got off a little bit based off of that. I think running a quarter mile, even though it was a happy motor out there and wasn't hurting anything, I think just going quarter mile shortens the rod length up, and we never, or the, not the rod length, but the amount of runs we put on those rods. Typically, we run between 40 and 50 runs on a set of connecting rods, and those only had 28 or 30 on them. And I'm thinking the quarter mile runs did us in, and just we should have counted those as 2 runs instead of 1. But,
Yep.
you live and you learn. We don't run quarter mile a lot, so.
What do you prefer running, Bill? Do you prefer running the quarter, or do you prefer running the 8th?
Man, I'm a quarter mile guy to my soul. I mean, I love it.
Yep.
I understand the safety concerns of running 8th mile. I do. But to me, racing is quarter mile and will always be quarter mile. Now, obviously, there's tracks that aren't safe to run quarter mile at. So, yes, you run 8th mile at those.
Right.
But, a track like MIR, it's 5,100 feet roughly in total length. You can stop there with no parachutes. I've been, in my pro mod, I've been like 258 mile an hour there with no chutes, and it stopped perfectly fine.
Now, if memory serves me correctly, you've got a quarter mile record, correct?
Yes, we currently hold the radial record at 569.2. Last weekend, we had planned on lowering that quite a bit, but the weather, Rockingham had roughly a foot of snow on it. And
It's a
even though we have
little rough.
radials, it don't make for a good outing to have
You want
a
to try
foot of
that?
snow on the track. Yeah. But it's I think we can go 540s for sure. The guys seem to think we can go 530s, which, I mean, man, if it did that, honestly, even 540s just seems ridiculous to even say out loud.
Right.
But, we get to take 400 pounds out of the car at that race. We get unlimited overdrive. We get good fuel. We're allowed to spray the car. I mean, there's a lot of things of why, yes, it should run 540s or 530s, but, until it does it, it's just all pipe dream. I never really believed I'd ever say the words that we went 569, It just seems so unreal, because I only went 580s with my Pro Mod back in the day.
Right.
And to think that you take a car that, granted, it's not a legitimate 67 Camaro, but the body lines are the same body lines as a 67 Camaro. I just never dreamed that we'd go 560s with this same car that I've owned for 30 plus years. I mean,
And
I remember when
you've been through quite a few power adders on that too, right?
oh yeah, no, we've it started out, it had a 540 Creek motor in it. And that did me well. I mean, we won a lot of races with it back then. And then we went to a 615 Fulton with a single carburetor and a couple stages on it. That motor was phenomenal. I mean, there's just we won more races. I think we won 11 out of 12 races in a single year with it at OSCA back in the day when they used to be out of Kentucky and that. And it just, this car, for whatever reason, and no matter what configuration we've ever had it in, it's just always worked. I mean, we hardly ever see an aborted run out of it. And, and I put that up to Kenny, Patrick, and Jimmy Howe. Those guys, I mean, they work on this thing at the track like it's just retarded. I mean, like, half the time I'm already at the Airbnb relaxed, and these guys roll in at 3 a.m. in the morning because they've been nutting and bolting the car, going over everything. Or, they just like, right before it kicked the rods out, we had the motor apart. The motor checked. I mean, they mic everything, go through everything. It checked perfect. I mean, so that's why we're positive it was just a parts failure.
Yeah.
But there was a time
you're going
back
through
when
all
Kenny
that
was young.
stuff. That's what it takes when you're going as fast as you guys are going.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, there's so much put into these cars that people don't see. I mean, if you think you're going to show up on a Friday and never touch your car during the week, or don't even look at anything during the weekend when you're racing, I mean, you may get lucky once and do that, or twice and do that at this level. But I mean, there's always something happening that you're trying to catch ahead of time. And, and it's just, there's always an aspect of it that you got to really expect the unexpected of what you think could happen. And you're always trying to plan ahead of it.
You did a hell of a job of that down there at Bradenton when you kicked the
God.
rods out, because I thought for sure as soon as I saw that happen, you were going for a ride, and for you to keep it off the walls, man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I tell people it's 90% luck, and it really is. I mean, you react to it so quickly as a driver, but in all reality, it is about 90% luck. Now, I assumed that there was, oil under the tires, so I never touched the brakes at all. Yes, it did oil down a good portion of the track all the way to the end, but it kept from cleaning up a wreck, kept from destroying the car. And that's the side of it as a driver that you got to make a decision right then and there. Are you going to try and stop this thing and get off to the side, or are you going to play it what I call safe and roll it all the way to the end?
Yeah.
But
But let's be honest on that one. You was fixing to kick Ryan Martin's ass on that pass. But
that was going to be a statement run. I mean,
yeah, the good Lord looked down on him and caused him to spin off the starting line.
Absolutely. And I didn't go real far into his lane, so unless he overreacted to me coming towards him, I think he would have been fine.
Right.
But you never want to wreck somebody else's car. I mean, that would be the worst thing in the world,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, it's one of those deals that you try to prepare for everything. Like I said, we got containment pans on these things and that, but if it kicks the rod out high enough, the pan pressure, because, it is a boosted car, it has no vacuum in it. It's got 2 to probably 3.5, 4 pounds of pressure actually in the oil pan.
Mm-hmm.
So when it does create a hole through the side of the block, it sprays oil out that hole. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. I mean, oil is going to come out that hole.
Correct. Yep. And now you set a record down there too in Bradenton, correct?
Correct. Yes. We we unloaded the car and we knew it was fast from the second we unloaded it. I mean, I did a couple of quick shut off passes and um, and first time they lit the boards, it showed 393, which lowered what Ryan had previously shown on a board.
Right.
But prior to the boards being lit, which I posted the ticket and the run and everything to make sure that it's all legit. Um,
Yep.
we went 391.5 at I think 201 or 202 down there.
Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome. You've got Jason Carter on here, which I know you and Jason Carter have talked at the racetrack a few times. He's got a question on here. He says, "How much can you really spray on a blower setup?" He's a blower guy, also.
well,
Now we don't need
what,
you to tell we don't need you to tell
yeah,
secrets, but
I was going to say now because what we're accused of spraying or what we actually do spray or can spray, those are all different scenarios. Um, I can tell you there's cars out there that's spraying 800 right now for 100% fact. That's not
okay,
us. Um,
okay,
now I can't say that at this race that we won't try something like that. We may very well. Um, we've upgraded the nitrous system on the car for this race, thanks to Nitrous Express. Michael Poland and the
okay,
guys
nice.
down there really take care of us well. When we ask for something, within a couple of days, it's here and ready to go. Um,
Yep.
and but like for instance, just to set the record straight, everybody's like, oh, he was spraying 800, and then I always make the joke that no, it was 5 kits and 1,500. Um,
Right. You always tell them
uh,
more.
yeah, oh yeah, no, but we weren't actually spraying the car till 2 seconds into the run, which you're so far into the run already that it really doesn't help. But it basically what we wanted to do is keep somebody from driving around us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we went a 91.5 at 202. And honestly, if we didn't spray it, it probably would have went 93 or 94 at 200.
Yep. So you still would have
Once you're
been there.
spraying it out that far, you're really not picking up a ton. Mainly, you're picking
You're
up
just more
maybe one,
maintaining.
two, yeah, one or two
Yep.
numbers, and maybe 2 mile an hour is what we feel that it picks up in that case. Um,
Gotcha.
this particular race, it'll have 2 kits on it. Um, now and again, will we use them? I don't know. I mean, um, we want to go down there. We want to lower our record that we currently have already. We want to set it somewhere between 383 and 385 on a 28.105 slick, no W. Um,
Which is
and
crazy to
probably
think of.
it is again. I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody thought that we would set it at 391.
Yeah.
Kenny and the guys said yes, we're going low 390s. So I have to believe them that they say we're going to go 380s this weekend coming or the following weekend that we'll go 380s. Will we go in 83 or 85? More than likely. Um, but to go 80 anything, it's just ignorant, honestly. I mean, and
Right.
and we're not doing it with a light car either. Even though my car can get light, my car with me in it can be under 2,500 pounds with no weight in it. Down there, I rolled it across scales at 28.25. So, we still have roughly 325 pounds in the car that we can take out
Yeah.
if we need to. We
And
race it typically around 2,800. So the guys are really comfortable with the fact that it goes down the track at 2,800, so we just keep it there for the most part.
I know you've mentioned his name a couple times, and I know who he is, but Kenny is your son, and is he the one that's still doing mainly all the tuning for your car?
Kenny and Patrick Miller from Bumblebee Racing, they make all the calls on the car.
Okay.
Jimmy Howe is a phenomenal mechanic that helps me out. He's Jim Howe Jr.'s
Yep.
son. He's a phenomenal wrench and just all around great young man. Love having him. Excuse me. Love having him at track with us. And those three guys, I put all the faith in the world in them.
Absolutely. And like I
you
said,
know, it-
if you need somebody to fix you like breakfast and lunch and dinner next year for these 3 races, you have to give a man a call here, because I'll be happy to come down at least cook for y'all.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'll take you up on that. Believe me, because when
I mean,
we
I don't
get
want to step
busy,
on your sister's toes, but
yeah. Oh, my sister don't cook.
I
My
thought, isn't she the
sister-in-law
one?
does. Yeah,
Okay,
my
so was it
sister-in-law,
your
and my wife
sister-in-law that
cooks.
was Linda?
Yeah, Linda's my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Sister-in-law. She was the one that was cooking
Yeah.
for us down at West Palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but there's also a lot of questions about liner wheels and liner tires. I figure
Yep.
while we're on here, we'll touch on that. And actually, I got a set of wheels apart right here beside me. If I can flip this camera, I'll show you the difference between a regular wheel. It's pretty noticeable. Let's see if it'll swap here. No, that.
Just don't show your fluffer in the background.
Yeah. I don't have nothing on but a sweatshirt, just so you know.
And a
Uh,
hat.
Guys, I told you our conversations the last couple of days have been pretty
Yeah.
damn interesting here.
Yeah. Da. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, I see pants on, you damn fibber.
But if you can look at, can you see that? Is it noticeable how high it is right here where the liner actually mounts?
Correct. Yep.
On the barrel. So
Yep.
there's a huge. So basically, it's a tire and a tire. So this is a tire. It goes on the rim, mounts in between here, and here. This tire
Okay.
does.
Yep.
Then you fill this air chuck here to air up that inner tire. Then you put the tire on and all of that. And then as you roll it around, there's another air chuck in a very small hole right here that airs up the tire.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
are almost
so-
pulling some demolition derby stuff there.
Yeah. So you have this one here that airs up the tire,
Yeah.
and you have that one
That airs up the inner tire.
that airs up the liner side of it.
Right.
These are Race Star rims here that they got us. So they made them for us, 0 back spacing. They're only 13 inches wide, and that's mainly because of the width of the actual liner. That's why they only do it at 13 inches wide. But I don't believe they're quicker simply because Bumblebee matched my car number for number without liners. But where we get 4 to 5 runs on a set of tires without a liner, without a liner, we had 12 on a set of 28-10-5s with a liner. So,
Okay.
Roughly 3 times the life cycle of a tire.
So now in
and,
radial racing, those are allowed then, because I know if I remember back, like in NHRA, I think didn't Erica Enders get busted running those at one of the races or something?
She did, and that was a really bad deal. I mean,
Because it's a gray area.
it is, and in pro stock you're supposed to have, I think, a 15.3 wheel with an SFI tag that says 15.3 on them.
Yeah.
And I may be wrong on that number. It may be 15.2 or 15.5. I ain't sure which one. But the wheel she was running was a higher SFI tag than what is required. So technically, it's a better wheel, based off of the SFI tag.
Correct.
But because of the way NHRA worded it, and they always put this in that if there's nothing in the rules that says that you can't run it, it's implied that it's illegal to run. And as a racer and as a driver and a car owner, to me, if it's not in a rule book, to me, that's a gray area that we take advantage of.
100%.
And you didn't do your job as the rules people of covering that ahead of time. That's my opinion.
Yep.
But NHRA and their infinite wisdom of how they write their rules say if it's not there, then it's deemed illegal, basically. You know, now they claimed that it was slower on the car, which on their cars I would agree with 100% because they have limited horsepower. They make roughly 1,500 horsepower out of 500 cubic inches. We make 4,000 with my car. And if you listen to people, it's over 5,000, but that's a lie. I don't think there's ever been a screw make 5,000 even with a power adder. Um, I really don't. I mean,
But if it's on the
we,
internet, we all have to believe it, Bill. You know
yeah,
that.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were supposedly running 80% nitro and this and that. And we did have M5 in the car, which is a nitro paraffin. Smells like nitro, has some characteristics of nitromethane, but it's far from nitromethane. This race, we did pick up Fuel Factory as a brand new sponsor. They have what used to be M5 with VP Racing fuels. They have a fuel called F7, which has 7% of the nitro paraffin in it. And so we'll be representing them for the first time next weekend. We look forward to, having a great relationship with them like we do all of our other companies that help us out. And, I tell you, it's impossible to race at this level without having great companies and great people behind you. One of them being Hot Shot Secrets. I'm wearing their hat right now. Kyle and everybody up there up there in Mount Gilead take phenomenal care of us. We run it in literally everything we have. My big rig, my Duramax diesels, everything we run it in. We run their fuel additives, and their products, I believe, is second to nobody's. You have people like Holly. We just brought Max ECU on for the new Pro Mod that we're going to debut, hopefully in March or April at the latest.
Okay.
We'll debut it over at HRA when we're running True 10.5 there. Also with my car, we'll have the Pro Mod there.
That was going to be one of my questions. I was wondering if you were going to be running that Dean Carnes program that he was putting on over there with the small tire stuff.
Absolutely, yes. Now, it's with the rules that the rules package they're going to have us under. I think you'll see a couple of cars dip into the 390s in the right conditions, but I think it's going to be a 4.0s and 14s race, basically similar to the way Shady Side's going to be. Corey and I have had a lot of talks about this. That just because we went 91, everybody automatically assumes we're going to go 91 at any race we show up at, and there's nothing further from the truth than that. A lot of things have to line up for that type of a run to happen. One, the prep has to be there. Corey and the guys at Shady Side don't prep. I call theirs a bracket prep. They go out there with a hand sprayer and spray it a little bit there out to 100 feet. And, and they just, they make sure it's safe. It's not no prep by any means. But it's definitely not Bradenton. And it is that difference is what will make it a, last year, I think last year, I believe we unloaded with a 418 or 419 with Bumblebee. And, we felt pretty confident that that's a winning car right then and there at that track at that day and that ET. And I was told Larry Larson and Lyle Barnett, I was told they went 21 and 22 in the final. So, if you unload with an 18, you can be pretty confident that, that you got a car that can win.
Right.
Unfortunately, first round against Ryan Mitchell, it blew a transmission line off of it and coated the inside of the car and everything else. And that's just the breaks of racing. But, if that doesn't happen, I believe that, we go to the finals anywhere we went to, with that car.
Sounds to me
Bumblebee's
like you
such
need to
a
stay away from Ryan's.
yeah. It is what it is. It's I really like you know I love my car. Bumblebee is such a special car. That thing was built in 2016 by the Miller family down in South Carolina, and I mean it's been through 3 or 4 wrecks that I know of. Um, but it never like the car always just works so well. I mean, um, other than the transmission line breaking, I can't ever tell you when I've ever aborted a run in the car. We've had Joe Woods in the car for a couple of times and he's getting really comfortable. I think, honestly, I think if Joe would have been a little more comfortable at Bowling Green, I don't think there was a car on the planet that would have touched it at Kentucky for the 100,000 to win deal.
Yep.
But we went to we went down to US 60 to get Joe a couple of passes in the car, and unfortunately, he only got one in the car. We burn up every push rod in the motor because we made a small mistake when we put the heads on. They have to go on a certain side of the block, and we didn't do that, and it took all the oil passages and blocked them off going up to the valve train and burn up all the push rods. So he only got one run in. But so he just wasn't comfortable in the car down there first round. But he proved it after he got by that little mishap. He won the second chance race, and it was only a $96,000 difference in winnings. Um, but Joe proved that he can
Oh my,
regroup. Yeah, nothing much. Just
right.
96 grand. But he did prove that he could bounce
I got
back
the
from you know,
I got
race.
the pleasure of being able to talk to Joe at where were we at Trails when they were up for one of the Street Outlaw races. Him and his wife and his daughters were staying over there, and um, it was way after hours. Guys, I think it was 11 o'clock at night, and he was just sitting outside the motorhome, and I was kind of doing my rounds over there and got to stop and talk to him for a couple hours. He is such a nice, down to earth guy.
One of the greatest guys you ever want to meet. He he's one of the few that's never lost just being a good human, and never thinking that he's better than anybody. I mean, um, that's why I want to give him a big win in Bumblebee because I think he's one of the most deserving people on planet Earth that given the opportunity, uh, he would never run his car like we do because he didn't have the crew to work on it.
Right.
And running it the way we do, I mean, you have to work on them and he just never did that. They got paid to show up at the No Prep Kings deal and that. And it was a great gig for him while it lasted. And, but he's a really, like I said, he's one of the best individuals that you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm always happy
Absolutely.
to see him in the seat of Bumblebee,
Yeah, and I
which we'll
think
have both.
there's a lot of other people that are looking forward to it also. So we actually had a comment on here. Mr. Chris Pierce put on here asking if Joe was going to be driving Bumblebee at Shadyside this year.
Absolutely, yes.
Good deal.
That's 100% deal. It's already been. We got the ticket. I already paid the entry into everything. We just got to get the car rewired and get the new body panels on it. We have been waiting on the body panels to put on it. We have a brand new 5-star front end doors and everything for it. But it's been banging the blower like unbelievable. I mean, and and it's violent when it when it blows the blower off of them,
Yeah,
especially
you
if
can
the
tell that
intake
from the
valve.
videos.
If the intake valve's open, it's 10 times worse than if it drops like an exhaust valve or something like that. For whatever reason, it was firing the cylinder when the intake valve was open, and it does it about the same point every run, about 400 feet into the run. So we're ripping everything out. The Millers are ripping everything out to a bare car and starting over. so I expect it to be, top notch when it comes back out at Shady Side.
Good
Um,
deal. You've got
yeah.
you've got somebody calling you out on here. Jason Carter says, just for the record, his daughter Haley was better on the tree than Bill at his own shop.
Now, let's be honest about this. Bill has never lost a practice tree ever. Uh, when Josh Robinson was having them, I had never lost any of them ever. Um, but I enjoyed those times. Those were really good times of having everybody out, and whether it was at Roosters or whether it was at my garage or wherever. Um, the practice tree games were all awesome, and it was always great to see everybody and
And
that type of
that's
things.
honestly that's kind of why we started doing these things. So we're now on 15 weeks of doing this every Tuesday night, and it's just kind of winter just sucks for 90% of us, but I felt like this was a good way for us to get together and be able to bullshit about race cars back and forth and everyday life and stuff like that. And it's kind of taken off. It's not huge by any stretch of imagination, but we definitely have a lot of fun with it. We do it every Tuesday night at 8:00, and we're slowly getting newer people in here, and everybody's getting to know everybody, and we just have a good time with it. Racing people are a separate family. It's always been that way.
There's no doubt about it. That's the one thing that I tell anybody about racing. I'm like, when you go to a racetrack, there's no black, white, yellow, orange, none of this in color of somebody's skin. We are all there with a common goal to do a common thing, and everybody's a friend there. It's one of the few places on this earth that you don't see race come into things, and I love that fact that that's the way that it is, and and to me that's what it's all about. I mean, if you need something and it's in my trailer, you're more than welcome to it, and I don't care who you are. I mean, if I have it, which we have a ton of shit in my trailer, and I mean, at the last race, I loaned out a brand new Holly Dash that a guy needed. His quit working, and Holly being a great sponsor keeps us stocked up with parts, extra parts to loan to people if they need them or whatever. And I've rarely ever loaned anything out Holly wise, but there was a racer that needed a dash down at Bradenton, and I was like, here's my spare dash. Put it in your car. I mean,
doesn't matter who it is as long as it's not Creeper SS, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that dude. I talk about some. I mean, oh man, I don't even want to give him any recognition. Honestly,
that guy can find his own damn parts.
Yeah. I mean, he just. I don't know what his problem is, but again, I'm not giving him any recognition.
No,
in my
it ain't even worth it.
I would call him a has-been, but you had to have been something to be a has-been. I don't think he ever has been anything. So, in my opinion, I mean, the guy won like 2 rounds of racing in his entire life, and talking shit to a guy that, that's held, I think, 8 or 9 world records and, class champion in multiple different deals. I mean, talking shit to me, and then he come out flexing, thinking that 380s was somehow fast, and it is for a lot of people. But I'm like, but you talked to the wrong guy, because I've been 370 flat with a 2. I mean, so talking about 380s really isn't going to impress me much.
Right.
But
your comment about him to me was the best. He's got 2 brain cells, and you're living rent free in both of them.
Oh, absolutely,
that's awesome. Rhonda says on here that racing family is absolutely the best. She'd been talking to Bill through Facebook for many years before we ever met him, and met him for the first time. And it's like we've been friends forever. Love the Lutz family.
Yeah, thank you. And it's it definitely is. And and I've met so many good people through racing. I know there will be a day that it comes to an end for me.
Then you
when
can just
that
go
day
start
is,
doing driving drives.
Yeah, I could maybe. I got a feeling that when I hang the suit up, I'm done. But I don't know when that day will be yet.
Well, hopefully it's not anytime soon.
Well, I obviously have health issues that I've never hid from anybody, but um, it's one of those deals. You never know when your day is. We all know that first date of our birth date, but unfortunately, we never know that the other date after the dash on a tombstone.
Yep, 100.
So I
percent
tell everybody, you live every day as it's going to be your last, because one of these days it's going to be.
Yep,
And but I've accomplished a lot in life, and and did it all with family along the way, which, I mean, to me, that makes me more proud than anything, that that I've did it with family. And and honestly, if I didn't race with my family, I would quit tomorrow. I wouldn't even think twice about it. If Kenny and my wife Angie and Linda and everybody couldn't go, I would quit tomorrow. Never even think twice about it. It's just I want to do it as a family. To get the wins when all the family's there and everything, it's just phenomenal.
and Bill, one thing I've got to give it up for to you for is, I haven't known you for a real long time. I think you and I met back in maybe 18 or 19. Um, but to this day, you've never changed the person that you were back then, and that's awesome to me, because there's so many people out there. No matter how big you get, how much TV time you get, you always just end up being a number to them, and for you to stay true to your roots, that's absolutely awesome. You're a
That's
huge role model for the younger generation that's coming into this.
that's the one thing I've always focused on more than anything is, as human beings, we all get up, we put on pants of a morning, one leg at a time, button them the same way. I mean, I don't care what your wealth is or what you have sitting in your garage. I mean, to me, we're all equal. And I try to interact with the kids as much as possible. Like when we're at races, I always try to find a kid walking by when we're getting ready to fire up a car and throw a kid in the driver's seat. Um,
Yep.
the reaction to a screw blowing Hemi with a Liberty 5 speed and all this setting there, shaking and rumbling. It's truly something that a child will never forget. And, we don't know who the next Eric Andrews is. We don't know who the next Tony Stewart or the next
Yep.
Tony Schumacher. One of these kids that sat in my car could be that next high level driver like that. I mean,
And they're
um,
always going to look back at that.
absolutely. They'll never forget it. And
You let them sit in a screw blown Hemi, and we give them Matchbox cars.
that's the same thing. Um, but it's just, and again, it's just you never understand how you impact somebody's life.
Yep.
Um, and you meet people, you don't know what they're thinking that day. I mean, you meet somebody that they could be thinking literally about ending their life that day. And you meet them, you shake their hand, you greet them with a smile, offer them a pop, whatever. You never know if that'll change somebody's life that day. um you know what, where they were at in life or whatever. And I just want to leave racing better than it was when I started.
Hmm.
If I can leave it better, through the things that I do, that's all I care about. I don't,
Yeah.
winning records, all that's awesome. But if you can impact somebody's life in some way, shape, or form, yeah, it makes it worth 100 times more than any record or any win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherm Baker in here says, Bill, you're awesome, but Kenny's a little rough around the edges. I said what I said.
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, them guys have had me on fire more times than I ever want to admit. Um, and Kenny's very hard to get along with, even as his dad. But
But he's
but
business.
it is it's a business. And
Yep.
if I'm late on the tree, he's one of the first to give me shit about it or whatever. Um, and like in qualifying or time trials or even testing, I never cut a tree ever. I don't even try to cut a tree. All I'm thinking about when I'm staging that car is to be as shallow as I possibly can be on the light and be on the two step for the shortest amount of time that I can be on it. because it's extremely hard on bearings, rods, belts, anything you can think of in the motor. Being on a two step on a blower car at 4,000 RPMs is extremely rough on them.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm focused on during those runs. As soon as racing comes around, I stage the car completely different. And if I have to be on the two step for 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds, whatever, so be it. But um, but I have completely different routines if I'm not racing a competitor in the other lane. Um, and a lot of people always look at my lights on my time tickets when I post them. They're like, "Oh my god, it's terrible." Not trying to cut a light. I'm
Right.
going
You're not
strictly for
eliminations. Doesn't
ET.
matter.
Yeah, when you have two, three, four, 5,000 runs in a car, you're pretty confident on what you do when it comes race time. I mean,
Yep.
I never get nervous in the car. If I'm in the car and there's a shutdown, half the time I'll just sit there and I mean, I literally go to sleep in the car. I mean, that's how calm I am in the car.
Right.
And that goes back to being a good driver and a driver that knows his surroundings and is very comfortable with it. And well, so when things happen, like the converter blew apart at 131 and it's completely full of fire, smoke inside the car with me. And all I knew is I needed to get the car stopped safely. Chutes were out and everything. But, um, unfortunately, we did tap the wall a little bit there. But I mean, for what it happened, I mean, honestly, the car should have been totaled. I mean, um, but that's the comfort level you get once you're in a car for that many runs.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
you know, I sat in it and I just feel at home. Same with Bumblebee. The first time I ever sat in a car was at Shady Side when we won the $50,000, the inaugural race. I'd never sat in a car, but I sat
Mhm.
in it and it just felt like home right away. And to me, I mean, the way you fit in a car, the way the pedals are, the steering wheel, all that makes a comfort level that's off the charts. If it's all right. If it's not right, it's terrible. I mean, like when I drove that silver '68 Camaro that used to be Bodie's, I fit in the car terrible. The pedals weren't right. The steering wheel was off center for me. I never felt comfortable ever driving the car. Um,
Mhm.
and that's just the difference. And when you sit in a car, within a minute or two whether that car is a comfortable car for you to drive and and then it just takes all your anxiety and fear and emotions all out of the picture if you're
Right.
comfortable with that car.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Bill, do you have any other sponsors that you would like to go ahead and mention on here?
Absolutely. Brad Anderson Enterprise, they help us a ton with our Hemi stuff. um, You got Race Star Wheels. It's got the liners. RC Comp's going to be coming out with the new liners. They're our usual sponsor. They didn't have a liner wheel, so we had to go with RC with Race Star. Um, you have Liberty Gears, which gives us our awesome Liberty 5-speed that we can leave in high gear and still go 102 with on a screw blower car. Uh, you have QA1 shocks. We run their shocks, some of the cheapest shocks on the market. We run one set of shocks, whether we have a big tire, a radial, or a slick. We never change shocks. Um, out of a set of $1,600 shocks, and
Yeah.
you know, uh, obviously my own company, Skinning Me America, helps me out of some here. Um, my wife is probably my biggest sponsor by far. Um, she's never said no to anything I've ever wanted to do, and I can't thank her enough for that. She's always all in. If this is what we need, it's what we need. Go do it. And
Right.
Larry Morgan Racing out of Newark, Ohio. Larry's regrouping right now. He just had 12 brand new Haas CNC machines delivered here a couple months back. They've been waiting for the four-phase electric to get all up and running, which it's now up and running. Now they're building fixtures and everything to get back into making rods. And all kinds of stuff. So, it's, I really believe that they're going to be a major force in the industry here shortly. I mean, they got a ton of stuff that they are going to be making. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, Larry's
Um,
actually not too far away from us, actually.
oh, isn't he? Okay, yeah.
His place is
Uh,
about 10 minutes from where we're at. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So he's, like I said, he's got a lot going on. I think he's vice president of IHRA also.
Yep.
You know, so
He's a busy man.
he's got a handful right now, but he's a man that can actually handle it. When you go out there and see all of his Wallies and Ironmans and all the different things that he's won in life, another great individual. I mean, one of the nicest dudes that you ever want to meet. He's helped us out a ton getting stuff done. Um, there's just so many people, and obviously the Bumblebee crew had, they have front half my car for me and that, and without them, and like I said, Patrick Miller, Jimmy Howe, Kenny, man, it's really a crew of people that, without them, I mean, I'm nothing at all. I mean, yes, I drive it, but they're the ones that make all the magic happen.
It takes a
And
community, doesn't it?
they don't get near enough press as far as, being how good they really are. Between the three of them, they can weld, they can paint, they can build a complete chassis from the ground up. It's just the rebuild liberties at the track, rebuild converters. It's just wild. The talent level that's in those three young men that join us there. We run multiple different converters. So when I mention different converter names, um, rules package, whether lockups allowed, whether it's not allowed. We run Marty Chance, we run Cameron's, and we run a Pro Torque.
Okay.
Track surfaces, tire, and rules package dictate what converter we run. If we got to take a weight hit, we'll take the Marty Chance out because it's a lockup. But if they don't hit us with weight to run a lockup, then we'll keep it in the car.
Right.
But and then like I said, we brought on Fuel Factory this year. They're a brand new sponsor. I can't wait to run their fuel. Got Hot Shot Secrets up in Mount Gilead, Ohio. If you own a diesel of anything, I highly, highly recommend you look at their products, put it in your vehicle, and judge for yourself.
Funny story about that one, Bill, is Kyle actually approached Amber 9 years ago when she first got into the horsepower honeys, and Kyle at Hot Shot Secret was Amber's very first sponsor ever.
Yeah.
And
That's
they've
awesome.
been with
Kyle.
they've been with us for 9 years now.
Yeah, Kyle's an awesome individual.
Yeah.
Everybody that works at Hot Shots that I've met up there, they are all really good people. They now make race diesel fuel. I told them I needed like 300 gallons a trip for my rig so I can see how much more horsepower I can get out of it.
Yeah.
He hasn't supplied me with that yet. But, we run their transmission fluid. They do a special blend for us. Obviously, leaving in fifth gear at 1-to-1 ratios, it's extremely hard on fluid. But they keep us stocked up with it. Every 3 or 4 passes, we have to put brand new transmission fluid in it. And then we'll check bearings when we're running it really hard. We'll check bearings every 4 passes, measure and micrometer them, make sure that it's got the right amount of squash to the bearings. That lets you know if the motor's happy, if it's detonating, not detonating. You really tune off of the rod bearings more than you do the plugs.
Right.
But that's off the top of my head, that's all I can recall right now. I know I have more than that. Like I said, I know I mentioned Holly and Max ECU and all that.
Yep. Now, for those of you that haven't been able to watch Bill or have never met Bill or even know who Bill is, tune in. The end of this month is the last of the Winter Series races down at Bradenton. Bill is running the 10.5 class.
Yes, true 10-5. Yes.
True 10-5 class. Yep. So if you can tune into that race and cheer Bill on, man, please go for it. Like I said, Bill's been a very awesome human being to us for quite a few years now, and
he always puts on a show.
He always puts on a show. Yeah, and the more support we can get for him to push him, across the finish line and into the winner's circle, then that's what we need to do for him, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not looking to do much down in Bradenton. We just want to lower the record, win 40 grand, and come home. So we're not looking to do much at all. But I have plenty of faith in my guys that they'll get me there, and they make my job easy as a driver.
Right. All right, Bill. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and move on. We got about 20 more minutes of our show that we normally do here. So I want to personally thank you for jumping on here, guys. He was our first ever special guest on here. I couldn't have asked for a better person to be on here for us. And like I said, if you'd like to follow along, I know Bill's on Facebook. You can see a lot of his posts and car updates on there. Yeah. And we'll do our best on the We Broke Garage page and on my personal page to share out there what races he might be going to. That way, if you guys can tune in live, you can show some support for him. Where's the goats at? I know somebody posted a comment earlier that says, "Where's the goats?" I think it was Sean Soul.
Oh man, the goats are up in their cage. They go to bed at nighttime, and man, they get into some shit, man. This here is Liberty here. The cat's named Liberty. She has a sister named Pancake. I don't know how you get two different names like that, but yeah, no, I do appreciate it greatly. And like I said, we will be running the IHRA Brats class, is what they call it, BRATZ. Yep. Which will be a true 10-5. We'll be running it with my car, and then we'll be running the 63 Corvette split window car and legal pro mod. And
that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on a pro mod. A lot of things have changed. 60-foot times have drastically changed. I mean, there's cars going sub 900 now in pro mod, which is just ignorant to me. I mean, I've been 931 on a 275 tire, but to think to go 890 anything is just wild. I mean, I just can't comprehend it, but I'm sure it's going to happen here sooner than later, as soon as we get the car out.
We definitely look forward to supporting you in that, and anybody that's still watching on here, you can tune in on all the IHRA events at IHRA on YouTube. They actually free stream them, so anybody can watch them. So make sure in 2026 you check out Pro Mod and the Brats class that I believe that Dean Carnes is putting up, or Stinky Pinky, because Bill's going to be running in both of them. So make sure you guys are supporting him and supporting the IHRA.
Absolutely.
Bill, I greatly appreciate you jumping on here.
I appreciate you having me as your first guest. I mean, you can only be the first once.
I'll let you go to bed and get naked now.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a great one. Take care.
All right. Bye. See you, Bill. Thanks.
Bye, Bill.
All right, guys. What do you think about that? Throw me some comments down in there. That was our first time having a special guest. And I think we had a few little hiccups, but I think I figured out why. My iPhone is hooked to my laptop, so every time I got something pop up on my damn iPhone, it was hitting my laptop and freezing the screen up. So we will make sure that gets taken care of next time. But absolutely, we want to thank Bill for jumping on here tonight. It took me one message, didn't even have to talk him into it. I just said, "Hey, this is kind of what I want to do," and he said, "Absolutely, I'm in." So that was pretty awesome being able to have him join us for a shop talk. I don't know that I want to do special guests every week, but if we can do one a month or maybe two a month, we might do that. The main reason that we do these is so that so we can fraternize. We as friends can talk on here and BS back and forth and have a good time. And it was absolutely awesome having him on here. I think it was great.
The tires were cool.
I
had no idea.
Yeah, that
ran
was
a
kind of a
line
neat
like
deal.
that.
I really
That was
never
really
seen
neat.
one of those tires taken apart, I guess. I've just heard about them, but
that was really neat.
John, yeah, guests do make it a little bit easier. But I'll be honest with you, it kind of takes away from why I do these. In an aspect, I don't want to do it 100% of the time because we like getting on here and BSing, and I can normally come up with some fun stuff to keep us entertained for an hour and a half. But I do think it's awesome to have guests on here that maybe some people don't know of or have never heard of. If you're in the drag racing world, then I'm sure you know who Bill is, especially if you're from Ohio. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look into doing some of these.
Well, and Bill's a wealth of knowledge.
Bill's a very smart guy.
He is. It is incredible to listen to him and things that he knows, and it's incredible.
And if you can, he just slow his mind down long enough to act action with you. And he is a very, very, very smart guy too.
Not just his mind, just can stop long enough because he's always darting everywhere, every which direction. But they are all very, very nice people.
All right, so we're getting some good feedback here, guys. Give me some feedback. I know there's only 13 of you here. I think we're up to like 37 at one point in time. But yeah, hit me up with some feedback on here. And oh, that's Nate. That's why I didn't see him on here earlier. Go ahead, do a racer flyby in Utica. See what happens.
Go for it.
Pull right up in front of the shop.
Just don't hit my truck.
But yeah, guys, if you wouldn't mind, give me a little bit of feedback on that. Maybe some ideas of other people that you might want to see on here or talk to. I try to do my best at letting you guys know ahead of time. That way, if you guys ever have any questions that you might want to ask those people, then you've got those lined up. Yeah, Talon, I think I figured out what my technical issues were. I kind of touched on that a minute ago. My iPhone is hooked to my laptop. So like if I got an email or if somebody texted me or sent me a message through Facebook or something, it links it to my computer. And every time it would pop up one of those messages, it would freeze the screen. So I'm going to unhook my phone from my laptop next time this goes on. And it doesn't do it while like I'm just on here, like my mom's sending me a message right now. And it doesn't do it then, but if I have two people on here, it does it for some reason. Nate, we know the cops in Utica. You're good. Amber did a burnout right in front of the shop with the cops sitting down there at the damn ball fields.
Idea.
He didn't even move his truck.
Probably because he noticed that it was a terrible burnout.
So, you did make a little bit of headway. Actually worked on a truck for the first time in 2 years. Penny Pincher Performance. Him and I worked out a deal with another motor. Of course, I by far got the good side of that deal. But I went up and picked up the
I don't know. He got to see
motor out of Rick Flaremont. And I got it sat down in the Blazer today. So we're definitely going to need to do some rearranging with turbo headers and hot side piping. Not that big of a deal, but we're that much closer, guys. Got an actual put together motor shoved down in it, which hasn't happened in 2 years. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, worked on that some today. I've got buku amounts of customer vehicles that I've got to get done over the next 2 days here we are literally running out of parking inside and outside of the shop. So got to get some customers' vehicles done here and get them knocked out. But everybody tune in on Thursday. I know a lot of you on here now tuned in the last couple Mondays in a row. On the nonsensical work on YouTube, Mr. Pierce, well, he decided that instead of doing his reptile talks on Thursdays, he's going to continue to do Speedway Story on Thursdays now. And Jimbo Slice Fitchner and myself are gracing him with our presence on his podcast on Thursday. It starts at 8 o'clock, Nonsensical Network. Go look it up. It's going to take you about 40 minutes to find it, but trust me, you're not going to want to miss that show on Thursday night. This is new yet, so we're not worried about that. So it should be a pretty interesting show. Sam, yes, I am putting the 5.3 out of Rick Flairmont with the gold paint, which I have now dubbed the Gold Member, and the 80 millimeter turbo in the red S10 Blazer.
You didn't tell me that.
John, thank you. We try to be. Actually, we don't try to be. It just happens that way sometimes. I hope you had fun, because I think this is your first one I've ever seen you in here, unless you've sat back in the backgrounds and not talked before. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying to go back through here and seeing if there's any new people in here that haven't been in here before. I know we lost a lot of people right after Bill jumped off. Oh, Trevor Perry was in here. That's the first time I've seen him in one of these. Darren Hunter. Never seen him before. Let's see. Talon, I really don't want to party, to be honest with you. I want to be able to spin those 31-inch tires over. Literally probably going to put it on 15 pounds and leave it alone. This is a 100% true comment for the Thursday night at 8 o'clock with Nonsensical Network. NyQuil for the kids, put them in bed, shut the door, turn the radios up.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. And hide your wives. Jason, I've actually thought I was going to message him today. I'm thinking about taking it over to Chris and Jenna and having them laser etch it in. Sam, is that for the S10s? The turbo headers? Because I can tell you the situation that I'm running into right now is, one, I've got exhaust manifolds on it right now that have been cut with a V-band fitting on the end. However, one, there's no chance in hell of the steering shaft even coming close to making it work. And two, the exhaust manifold dumps out right into my steering box. Passenger side, not a problem. Driver side, a mess. Yeah, see, I thought it was your first time, John. Thanks for coming in, man. I hope you had a good time. Talon, it's got a cam, valve springs, some head work, Gen 4 rods and pistons.
Biggest thing is it's going in.
Yeah, it's going in.
Not pieces.
Darren came into the show late. Sorry, Darren, you already missed the good part of the show, bud.
Oh, is Daniel still in here?
Who?
Daniel, wasn't he in here?
Yeah, Daniel was in here, but I bet you he's out now. Oh, he said he was trying to watch during Uber rides.
Oh,
Darren, the good thing is you can always go back and watch it. It stores it on our YouTube channel. So yeah, Jason, I'm hoping it makes a little bit of gusto to it, but again, I'm not. I'm going to put door bars in it just so I can run 10 O's. I'm not really interested in going any faster than that.
biggest thing is to get it running and driving, and then we can always make it go faster later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting Ric Flair Mount's guts in it.
Oh, John Warner's wife was watching it too. Talon said 15 pounds out of that 80 will boogie. All right. I guess we'll see. This is my first turbo experience. I just want to hear it make noises.
I just want to see it leave the garage without one of us pushing it.
I'd actually like to be able to drive my truck. That'd be kind of cool. All right. Yeah, I can't even tell who all's still on here.
Aren't you glad that I didn't let you sell it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Darren says amen to that. Make it drive first and make it fast later. We got 7 people on the tube and we got 5 people on the book.
Is Darren still in here?
Yeah.
Darren, you need to go watch the Valentine's Day Hallmark YouTube video that Corey just made.
That was awesome.
Got to sit in a Mustang.
Let's see. Nova on 11, 12 pounds out of 75 was trapping 108th. That's pretty legit. What gear are you running, though? I'm running a Turbo 400 with that 308. John, this is coming, bud. I've been working a little bit here and there on getting stuff loaded, but my God, does it take a long time to get stuff loaded on that Shopify store. Literally, I feel like I need 2 or 3 people doing it for me because every single design that you put out, every color you put out, and every size you put out, you have to load separately. And then when you load all those, then you have to go through and put the price on all of them, and you have to put inventory in all of them, and you have to put shipping amounts in them and weights in them, and it's an absolute mess. So it takes forever. But we do have, I think there's 3 or 4 new designs coming out. There's 2 of them already loaded on the Shopify account. There's one of Hunter's on the Shopify account, which anybody that's watching here, we got about half of the shirts made, and then our life flipped in a 180 last weekend. And everything's kind of a mess in the shop right now. So bear with me probably another week and we will get those things done and get them shipped out to you. We apologize about taking so long out of them. Like I said, this was our first run at these shirts. So it took a little bit of time. And then with us moving last week, it just threw a monkey wrench into absolutely everything. So bear with us about another week and we'll get those shirts shipped out for you guys. But anyways, John, if you go over to webrokegarage.store, there's a few of them on there. And I'm currently working at getting the other stuff loaded on there. Yeah, that's not happening. Just so you know. And it's not because of Amber.
He did try.
I attempted it, guys.
He did try. Which surprised me that he did try. But how many years ago was that? We were driving home from West Virginia and I said, one day,
Yep.
One day I will, well, it had to have been over 10 years ago. I said,
when we got your other one?
Yep.
Yep.
I said I wanted,
and it's still sitting out
60s.
back.
It is. So I wanted 60s era.
If anybody's got a 65 Mustang convertible sitting around that they want to let go for a freaking reasonable price, let me know. I got a 95 convertible Mustang. I'll trade you. All right, guys. Well, it has been an extremely fun night. My ass is kicked from working in the shop all day long today. And I think I might go ahead and log out for this evening. I'm being told not to run my shows over an hour and a half now because YouTube will not throw them in the algorithm so that other people can enjoy them. On top of that, we've lost about 70% of our watching or our viewers right now. So I hate to do it. I've made myself a pact though that if we get under 15 people, I'm cutting her loose at an hour and a half. So I appreciate everybody jumping on here. If you guys have any other comments or suggestions for future shows, please feel free to send them over to me. We will resume the Watchers Rides on next Tuesday. I had a few more of those submitted to me, so I will get those loaded in and get those shared out. I think that's Nate that just went by.
There it is.
Nate literally just stopped out in front of the shop and did a big ass burnout. So that was awesome.
Bravo.
But yeah, guys, Talon, I'm getting paid under the table from Haley to do that. That way you'll actually pay attention to her a little bit on Tuesday nights. But also, again, I'm going to cut this one short because we're going to be on Thursday again. So I would absolutely love for you guys to jump over on Chris's channel on the Nonsensical Network. Give that a subscribe. Hit the notification button and join in with us on Thursday night. I want to thank my beautiful wife for jumping on here tonight. I know you guys couldn't see her face most of the time because of the comment section, but this is her first time hanging in here all night long. So thank you guys all for jumping in here tonight and having fun with us. Don't forget, share our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel with your friends. Let's see if we can get them subscribes up. Nate just says his foot slipped off the brake there.
That was a good one.
That was a nice burnout, buddy.
Burnout. Yeah.
That sounded good.
Yeah.
So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you all on Thursday night. Take care, folks.